Amara, a young girl, and pretty. Her laughter was once bright as morning birds, her steps light as gazelles. But year after year, her spirit grew dim. Now by 17 years old, her life became a story of betrayal. She should have been safe. She should have been protected. On the outside, her family looked ordinary. A father, a mother, a son, a daughter. Neighbors would say, "What a good family." But behind closed doors, darkness lured in that house. Amara was just a child when the shadow first entered her life. Her father, the man who should have been her shield, became the one who shattered her trust. Night after night, in the silence of their home, he hurt the one person he should have protected the most. And the neighbors, young men who smiled at her in the street, they too saw her weakness, and they too betrayed her, taking turns on her whenever the opportunity presents itself. With words sweet as honey, they lured her in. But what they left behind was bitterness, sorrow, and shame. Amara carried it all in silence. To the world, she looked like every other teenage girl. But inside, she was collapsing. Her laughter became forced. Her eyes lost their shine. No one saw it. No one asked. No one cared to look beyond the surface. How many times do we look at people every day, smiling on the outside, while inside they are drowning? But the truth has a way of rising. One afternoon, Amara's mother returned home unexpectedly. She opened the door, and what she saw froze her heart. Her husband, the man she trusted, her husband, the man who had shared her bed for years, her husband violating his own daughter. The mother's voice rose like thunder, but instead of confronting the real evil in the room, instead of protecting her own daughter, she turned on her. "You have brought shame upon this family," she screamed. "You have destroyed my home." Imagine, the very moment she needed love, the very moment she needed comfort, the very moment she needed protection, but she received curses instead. Her own mother chose blindness over truth. That night, Amara ran. She ran until her legs could carry her no more. She found herself by the forest, near the riverbank. There, she fell to her knees. "Why me?" she cried. "Why was I born if life is only pain? Am I truly the curse my mother says I am?" Her sobs echoed through the trees. And yet, in the silence of that night, she heard something. Not from her father, not from her mother, not from her neighbors, but from within. "You are not the curse," the voice said. "You are the survivor. You are not broken. You are still standing. And if you are still standing, it means your story is not finished." Amara did not find strength overnight. The pain was real. The scars were deep. But slowly, step by step, she began to rise. She spoke her truth. She refused to remain silent. And as her voice grew louder, the lies around her began to crumble. Her father's crimes could no longer be hidden. The neighbors who thought they could take advantage of her were exposed. And her mother, the woman who once cursed her own daughter, was left in the ashes of her mistake. Closing reflection. Amara walked away from that house of pain. Yes, she carried scars, but she also carried strength. She became a voice for the voiceless, a light for those trapped in the dark, a survivor who refused to be silenced. Lessons. And this story teaches us silence protects the abuser, never the victim. Blame must fall on the guilty, not the innocent. Parents are meant to guard, not destroy. And even in the darkest night, truth will always find a way to rise. Protect the innocent, confront the guilty, and never confuse the wound with the wounded, because the day we fail to defend our children, that is the day the whole community falls.